Welcome back, Crimson Universe Pro Wrestling World Cup. Eddie Kingston, Kenny Omega, starting now. This is Eddie Kingston's last chance here in the North American group, if I'm correct, and I am correct. He desperately needs a win if he wants a chance, I believe. A win puts Eddie Kingston at 5 points. And it knocks Kenny Omega down to 2. Kenny Omega is the only person in the North American group stage who has managed to score a victory. For Kenny Omega, a loss isn't great. A loss is pretty bad, actually. A draw is acceptable. There's no other real competition for him. But a win solidifies his place. For Eddie Kingston, a win also helps him potentially solidify his place. But for Eddie Kingston, this is his last chance. I believe Kenny Omega has another match upcoming. Kenny Omega also has a match with Bryan Danielson for another chance, whereas for Eddie Kingston, this is the last time he has to get any more points on the board. And due to how many draws there are, maybe a draw is fine depending on how the tiebreaker will be. But why risk it? Why make all these silly mistakes? Not capitalizing when you need to. Bit of a weird collision there. And as well, I think, you know, Eddie Kingston is the kind of guy who would appreciate upsetting Kenny Omega by putting his qualification in danger. Only a 1 count there for Kenny Omega. Eddie Kingston currently in control with that sliding D. Cutting Kenny off with that huge power bomb. Kenny back in control. Kick to the back. Right across the spine. I mean, both of these guys have been at it for a long time. Their bodies breaking down just in general in their career, let alone in this tournament. Kenny thinks that's enough to put away the Mad King, but he's the mad one for thinking that. And what is he doing here? That drop kick to the back of the head. Absolutely devastating. And almost like a sling blade in a sense, but not really. Kenny sending Eddie into the ropes. Great hip toss. Eddie Kingston coming in, sliding forearm. Taking Kenny down with those chest chops. Kenny taking back the control and with some chest chops of his own. Getting kicked in the head, but Eddie Kingston, oh, I was going to say was not able to capitalize, but seems to be in control right now. Dragon suplex. And that's a pretty hard part of the ring, close to the turnbuckle. And V-trigger, not enough to keep Eddie Kingston down though. Hurricane. This is quite the upset, but Kenny Omega will not be upset by Eddie Kingston just yet. They love this one now. And that was an Hurricane, I believe, and Eddie Kingston just not able to capitalize. Tiger Driver. Eddie Kingston's up. Kenny Omega with another Snapdragon. Could he be thinking one wing? No, Kreut's Wrath was not positioned well enough, however, and Eddie Kingston was able to get into the ropes. And a huge back suplex. Eddie Kingston with another one. But Kenny Omega still got life left. V-Trigger. And Snapdragon. Kenny Omega just needs to pull out the one-winged angel, and it might be it. There it is. Eddie Kingston, thanks for coming to. Eddie Kingston kicks out of the one-winged angel. That's how much he wants it. But surely that takes so much out of you. Surely he doesn't know how to capitalize. 1, 2. Eddie Kingston almost just beat Kenny Omega in his last chance. Oh, but Eddie Kingston has taken too much punishment, not able to capitalize.
10 more seconds.
Kamagoye, but not enough time. Eddie Kingston was able to take Kenny Omega to his limit, but ultimately that draw benefits Kenny Omega way more than it benefits Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston finishes his tournament with 4 points from 4 draws. That technically currently ties him with Kenny Omega, but as we see the next few matches of the North American League play out, he may not keep that second place. Thanks for watching.